Hello, hello. So today we are trying to build a stupid version of Cloud Code by forking opencode and building on that. So I already have the base version of it running. So I guess this is the download of it, which I took for the screenshot. I'll remove this one. And this is Cloud Code. So we have the build on CMux. Yeah. So this is the like developer build. So any changes we do, we can see over here primarily. So let's go through the code base. I have created a simple checklist of the changes I want to do in this, which will be these. So the basic thing we can do is, change a lot of the system prompts for the AI. So we can change its behavior, its action primarily, and how all of it works around it. Or then we can change the art. So we have like open code written in some places, and a lot of the times we see that the model is thinking, or the text or the hints and the tips and tricks that are shown on the screen to the user, like the user feedback. A lot of it does not relate to what the model is actually doing. So we can change that to some funky stuff. The model names. I think the art and the text manipulation are just two different part of it. The art is just how a lot more of it looks. We can add a few graphics as we can. We can change the error message. One thing that I do want to do for the long run, which is a bit complicated, is to have either browser emulation in it, or have a system where we can have YouTube Shorts, of course, the best ones, either the Subway Surfers or the Minecraft ones, or Instagram Reels playing in a window. So when the agent is spinning in the background, we can have the videos playing, and whenever the agent takes a break or the agent decides to do something else, we can, stop the video, take the user directly to the work. So I mean, it's weird to say this, but the problem this solves is it saves the energy the user has to spend in taking their phone and then wasting their time. Rather, they can directly watch all of their content in the CLI tool, and they never have to leave the open code in this case ever again. So let's go through the code base. I first want to find, like, I haven't really gone through the open code base before. So I first want to find where each and every one of the front end code is primarily, where all the prompts are, the system prompts are. So I can, change those effectively first, because I think those are the ones that we will see the most impact with. And I can directly give this to one of the agents to do this for us, but I want to go through the code base myself and understand where everything is placed. I guess we can tell like some agent like Minimax to go through the code for us. I'll spin that up in the background so we can tackle both the tasks more effectively. So I'll just use open code itself to modify open code, I guess. I'm not gonna use Opus for this because it's very expensive. We have Minimax M2.5 free right now, I guess, on many services. So I guess this is a very rough prompt I'm gonna give it for it to go and find through the code base where the system prompts are written. One thing I feel like we can also add to open code that I'm pretty sure it does not have or does not mention anywhere is that Claude Code now has like a speaking version of like a voice version in it. So if I like hold my space bar, like it's asking for my microphone, and now when I hold my space bar, it will take my connection, it will transcribe that and create text on the basis of that. Now I'm confused if it's not picking that because OBS is already using my mic, and after Linux I think Mac is one of the most troubles with microphone. Yeah, so I think it's not transcribing right now because the OBS is taken, but it does have a speech mode we can work on. I can later maybe close my microphone. That will help us understand where to put the resources and add a voice mode. I think that would be really fun. For me, as a junior developer, I would say that adding a voice mode is simple because if I were to break it down, so let's try to write down what a voice mode might need. So, voice mode or dictation. So first, I think it for how it feels Cloud Code is doing it. First of all, it's like obviously detecting when I'm pressing the space bar, I'm holding the space bar. So we need to detect when a person is holding the space bar. So detect bar, I think that is like the primary task for us. Then the secondary after that would be to maybe set up a speech to text model. There are many speech to text models, I guess. In India, there's Servom also with some great models. Then, of course, there's Whisper by OpenAI for speech to text. We will need to find one that has like the best performance as compared to uh, compute power, or I should say efficient. It should be efficient as per the time it's taking, because when I'm dictating something, and especially in working cloud code, because it's live dictation, it's not like a pre-recorded audio is being given to it totally. We would need for it to work actively. So I guess live speech STT we can write directly. I guess then it's primarily just uh, when the person is not pressing it, uh, and maybe like if we directly have Whisper, like Whisper kindly does a lot of this. If I were to Whisper the product, I guess it's Whisper Flow. So Whisper, a lot of people use this. I don't actually know. I haven't used Whisper Flow before. It really feels like worth giving a try, because like even though Claude Code has added their version of voice into it, and the moment they added it, it felt way better to use as compared to normal. And yeah, it also like adds filler, like removes filler. Whisper is like really good. So yeah, as compared to Claude, I think it uses something like that. It also takes in consideration a bit of the changes, I guess, in when we are speaking, but not that much. So if we were to say totally about like wiping out a sentence or not, it does not do that. I'll download Whisper, I guess, later, and maybe we can go through that also sometime. That would be fun to go through. So, live STT, and further, I guess we have, what do we say? Uh, I guess feedback. Oh no, I think that's all, in my opinion. Like, if once it's done, speech to text, all the text just needs to be placed into the prompt bar, and it should work as expected, I guess, unless something goes terribly wrong. Who knows? So that's one thing. Let's see if the agent has done anything. So it has brought. So we have different agent prompts for all of these, I guess, for different models, so they can work effectively. Then there are sub-agent prompts and mode and state. Okay, so a lot of these different ones. I also told it to tell me the path of these, I guess, but it did not tell me the path. Okay, let's just try to find these then. What is the path? Does it mention? Okay. I guess the sub-agent prompts are in the packages slash opencode slash srg. So let's just go there. Packages slash open code src. Hmm. So I guess this is okay. So this is might be the like general one. The generate.txt. Where is the generate.txt? Okay. it does not mention generate.txt here, I think, as far as I can see. But these are like the sub-agent ones. You are helpful. So this is for compaction. Okay, like Claude tends to very easily hit the 100%. Like it compacts on 80% automatically. It like really easily hits that. Hmm. So that is one thing. So compaction. Okay. I guess when it compacts, it's like takes the history, puts it into the front end also and into the memory of the agent that is working, and then it is used again and again in the new set of loops that goes around. So compaction also really helpful because we can have every after a few set we can have the model come back and tell us that, oh, I'm tired, boss. I feel like I get that meme with this right now in my mind. And I'm tired, boss one. The explore, okay. And this is I guess the general exploration one, finding the files, bringing the summary and the titles. Okay. So this is, it says it is for the sub agents, just like it like use sub agents over here. So like we can actually go see the sub agents. This is like so many of the agents that we're going through, and they all bring their own research after they are done with going through everything. I guess I can do previous left, right. Okay, I also do not understand this on my Mac. For some reason, I'm never able to use the up, left, and right when I'm going through the subagents in open code. I guess I'll write these down. I'll try to work around them. Maybe I'll just create a PR also later. I don't know if it'll be accepted or not, but listing down the features that you see or feel are a problem are really necessary because it really helps you in building the product in a long way. Either it's a hackathon or a full scale product, write the problems you see because then you don't have to go through a different testing phase to check all of these out in a list. So I guess we have a few of the problems would be I'm really bad at how am I supposed to be wording these. So I'll just write here. Um, this is kind of, I feel like more like a suggestion. Like I, every time I use it, I've never really understood what they're trying to tell here or what is going on over here. But it is something to be taken considered. Let me. So I guess this stream we should focus moreover on finding out the problems we have, the problems we want to build over, and also keeping in mind that we are doing this for fun. The goal of this to do it for fun, actually go through the learning journey. So like, I still don't understand how am I supposed to. I feel like I'm stuck in this sub-agent session. Maybe I will have to press Control X. Control X just changes my window as a whole. And then it asks, hmm, I'm able to click on parent to go to parent. It's a bit weird. But yeah, those are the sub-agents and the prompts we just went through, they were for the sub-agents. Let's look further into it. Okay. Wait, now I'm confused. Earlier I felt like there was not this path over here, and now there is path. Wait, either I'm blind or I just forgot to go through these. So I guess we can go in depth also for these. So now we have they're both in the SRC. So I guess where in the agent directory, that whole agent is meant for the sub agent. I would have considered that the even the parent agent would have their prompts and the work in the agent, but I guess if they have distributed in this way, it's all good. And my genuine question is, why is the GPT series known as Beast? Like, Claude is Anthropic, Gemini is Gemini. Okay, GPT-O series and the GPT-5 series, they are both as different. Okay, and then Copilot is also as different. So that means that they all have different way of working. even in the GPT, in the Copilot, and for different models. That's why I guess they're testing, because open code has this way of the in their Zen bracket, it being that they test the models and they deploy them and work effectively, so the models can be used to best of the power. But as much I've used open code, I've never really went in depth to understand how they were actually doing it. So this is something to go through. I think understanding a code base in it itself is a great task to learn for both fresh developers and students. So let me just go through that. Okay, so I guess now I'll just close the agent tab, and in the SRC they were in the session, I guess. So they are like categorizing it a whole session, because but what if I change the model in between the session? So it probably incorporates that, because I can change to the big pickle thing, and it has the different variants also to take in consideration. Okay, so I guess I had to change a bit in my volume settings. Okay, so let's get back to it. So these are all of the files for the system prompts for all of the agents. And it's actually crazy, because I have actually never built in-depth agentic AI tools. I've built small projects. But it's great seeing, okay, so Anthrop, like the plain gaslight, not gaslighting, I guess. Uh, you are open code the best coding agent on planet. Okay. So there are examples also here of how an agent should be working and the task they should be taking. Uh, I'm trying to understand that why they are providing examples on for the agent to work. So I think it helps the like, because it's a neural network and it's predicting the next token. A few set of examples help it align all of the decisions and the tokens it's making towards what it's working and towards the system, so it would have less errors in the wrong system instructions, unlike anti-gravity, which has the most errors anyone can ever imagine. So considering that